beautiful Texas morning. Slightly muggy would be an understatement, but it's a beautiful day here. And it's even better when you get a chance to look at a car like this. We're honored to bring you a collection of very nice cars, very special cars and historic cars. This is the 32 Ford Victoria, built by the legendary Dick Magoo. Magoo built Street Rod out of Canoga Park, California. It was built in 1993. And then in 2011, the legendary Art Chrisman updated the powertrain underneath the hood without altering the car. So it's a very special car. Dick's cars always withstand the test of time. The conversion on this car is just unbelievable. You would never know the Hemi's underneath the hood. Well, we're going to share that with you here shortly when we get to the engine portion of the video. But in the meantime, we're just going to walk around the car and kind of give you a good feel for it. It's an all Henry steel body. Beautiful Henry steel body. Bodies like this are impossible to find. This is a one-of-a-kind car. Historic builders. It's been written up in several magazines. It was written up, let's see here, I have a little cheat sheet here. It was written up in the, Rod and Custom August 1993 and Street Rodder September of 2011. We'll have all those magazines and photos at spudsgarage.com. We're going to walk around and kind of give you a feel for the car. Again, it's all Henry steel. These are Henry steel fenders. The fit and finish of this car is just very nice. Like I said, Dick's cars always, or Magoo built cars, always withstood the test of time. Over the years, I've done several Magoo cars, and they're always special, each and every one of them. In fact, there'll be 3 out of this collection that we're honored to do. So with that said, we're going to walk around and kind of give you a better feel about the body, so on and so forth. It's very spectacular. It's the same finish that was installed on the car in 1993. It's a black lacquer. Very minimal patina or age. The gentleman that owns it is a very, like I said, a prominent collector here and a good friend of Dick Magoo in the past. So anyway, everybody drives by here. It's hard sometimes not to get interrupted. Now and then they stop. If they do, I'll just stop the camera and start over again. It has all the window. It's got a cal vent on it. It's got AC on it, so I don't believe that cal vent opens. If it's otherwise, I'll tell you. Windshield flips out like it's supposed to. It's not chopped. The roof's not filled. The only part that I noticed modified on this body right there is the hood bolsters on the side, which are for the Hemi. And you know what? If you stand back and you look at this car, you know, you really can't even tell it's got a Hemi hiding underneath the hood. Of course, when it's running, you know, it's got Kelsey Hayes style bent spoke wheels on it. Big and littles, obviously. Again, Henry fenders. You might find a little mark from over the years. I don't have my rag in my hand here, but we'll cover a little clip where we cover certain areas of the car that we feel need to cover. Again, I get tongue twisted in the morning sometimes. Give you a little peek in the passenger side here. Obviously a turn metal dash. Early looks like VDO gauges. There's a Tremec 5-speed. Again, we'll get into more details as we go through the video here, so make sure that you hang on to the video, the end of the video here. Was able to wave that one off. Wow. Victorias are hard to find, but when they're historic like this, you know, they're just one of a kind. Wait till I get to the undercarriage. I just can't tell you that. I know I've said that already. We're just walking around trying to give you a good feel of the car. We'll step back a little bit here, so on and so forth. We'll have video clips of it actually up on the lift. And just about anything you can think of on it. Very subtle, very nice. You know, it kind of leaves you speechless at times. I walk around this car and I just look at it and you're just in awe. First of all, who it was built by, who updated it, both legendary in their day, and both no longer with us now. That I've been honored over the years to do several Magoo built street rods, and wait till you see the others out of this collection. They're also just time warp preservation. This gentleman was a good friend of Dick Magoo. Now I got a bee chasing my head around here, or one big fly. Anyway, we're going to take a look inside here. This is these are tees seats. They were very common when they was built, about 93 or so. They all done in Conley leather, and when you get in this car, you can smell the leather on this car. But door jamb to door jamb, just what you'd expect. You know, you would think, as well built as these cars are, the way they hold up, this black lacquer finish is just incredible. Working dome light, so on and so forth. German square weave carpet, little map pockets in the door here. Brushed metal banjo style steering wheel. Looks like a GM or a tilt column here. I don't know whose it is. A nice custom drop on it. It does have air conditioning right there. When you get to the engine compartment, under the engine compartment, we've covered a lot there. We're also going to cover a lot at the undercarriage. And the biggest thing about these cars was the detail that Dick put into them. They're just incredible. Even the littlest details were just amazing. He would build a car to drive. Right down to the wiring in this car, he's just particular. Anyway, those are vintage VTO style gauges. There goes my tongue twist again. It's got an overhead audio in it. Just an AM FM stereo. The little tweet speakers here. There's speakers in the kick panels there, obviously. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and I'm going to ask you to watch the rest of this video. And then when you're done watching this video, make sure you go to spudsgarage.com and really take a good look at this car. In the meantime, I'm telling you, get in, hang on for more. Go to spudsgarage.com. You're on Spuds Garage. As promised, I got you underneath the hood here. Wow. You know, I probably say a lot of things like that when I go around cars and stuff, but this is just incredible. It's an Art Chrisman built, legendary Art Chrisman built and installed 354 industrial Hemi. Has a Hillborn 4-port fuel injection on it, 671 polish, 671 blower. It's converted to EFI for basically for sensible driving, and I mean, it gives you a crisp throttle response, so on and so forth. And just you open the hood on this. I'm going to shut the hood here for just a second, not shut it, but show you that they had to do a bolster on the side of the hood here, which is very subtle. When the hood's down, you can't see it. We've already covered that in the previous portion of the video. But it has hot heads, aluminum cylinder heads on it. You're looking at an AC compressor there, but every fitting on this car is just wonderfully done. They're all custom fit, obviously, and custom built. The AC mounts. It has an electric cooling fan. I'm just going to not talk a little bit and stand here. So it has 4-port fuel injection with EFI, which makes it, again, more responsive, so on and so forth. I know I said I wasn't going to talk, but you know, you can't shut me up, and especially when you see a car like this, it's easy to get excited. We're going to run it for you throughout the video and kind of give you a good feel. In fact, you probably already heard it run. The firewall's been recessed in order to accept it. This was almost a 6-figure conversion. So the car was originally built in '93, just to cover a few things, by Dick Magoo, Magoo Street Rods. And then in 2011, it was given to Art Chrisman for the conversion to a 354 Hemi. And it's just, so when you tie a Chrisman and a Magoo car together, this is what you get. This is just unbelievable. The alternator's hung down low there. The AC lines, obviously, you see the receiver dryer right there. Electronic cooling fan. Not much else I can say other than go on to the rest of the car and hope that you enjoyed it. If you have questions, you got to make sure you call us. We got a lot of drive-bys today. I'll give you another peek from this side. Has a Tremec 5-speed transmission in there. It is just wickedly nice. Anyway, hang on for the end of the video here. We're going to cover a lot more. We'll actually have the car up on the lift. I'm sweating here in Texas, but have a great day. Go to spudsgarage.com. You're on Spuds Garage YouTube. All right, we got it fired up here for you. We thought we'd share a little bit of that and give you kind of a feel of how it sounds. We're going to take it back. Roll up into the show with this baby. Try and do this one-handed though. Tremec 5-speed Jaguar rear end. Very easy to drive. Still a little cold. You gotta dig it. Dig my job. A lot of fun, you guys. If you're looking for that special car for your collection, don't miss this car. All right, we're going to share some goodies that goes along with the 32 Vicky. You'll see the other Magoo cars in there in the background that we're going to be covering here. So you want to go to spudsgarage.com and look at these. We talked about the collection as we walked around the car, but we wanted to share what was included with the car, which supports its history and provenance. This particular car was built for the current owner by Magoo Street Rods out of Canoga Park, California. He's owned it since 1993 when it was built. It's received awards in 2011. We covered that. Art Chrisman did a Hemi upgrade to the car. So we have documentation, all that, but all these things go with the car. In 1993 when it was built, it won the class award at the Grand National Roadster Show in 1993. This trophy is included with the car. So you have a Grand National Roadster Show trophy that's included. Here's the original Rod and Custom article that we referred to in the ad about the car, where it originally had the LT1 in it. There's a picture of the LT1. All this stuff is included with the car as provenance and documentation. But you'll see the car looks virtually the same except for underneath the hood. And then in 2011, after it was done, Street Rodder at a show, Comp Cams and Street Rodder presented this as a Street Shaker Award. This jacket was included with it. This jacket goes with the car. You know, as a courtesy, we have the owner's name here because we can't hide it, and it's a very prominent collection. They hire us so they can keep the traffic down and the phone calls and so on and so forth. So call Brian at Spud's Garage. We'll handle everything for you. And it just keeps the emotion out of the sale. This is there's going to be 4 cars out of this collection, but we're going to document everything with every car that we go through here. 2010 Lone Star Lug Nuts Award, Good Guys Lone Star Award, Hottest Hot Rod. Let's see here, that's 2011. Here's the Street Rodder magazine that goes with the car that's featured down here. This is after and when Art Chrisman, the legendary Art Chrisman, put the Hemi in it. There's a picture of that. You'll see my business card there. Anyway, here's the article actually framed and prepared for the wall for you. This is an extremely nice car. Hang on to the end of the video. We're definitely going to have a lot more. We've covered a lot of the equipment. Just a minute, we're going to pop over to do the undercarriage on the lift. Hang on. Have a great day. Go to Spud's Garage. Another piece of documentation. We showed you the trophy from 1993 Grand National Roadster Show. There's a display photo of the car in 1993. The actual car. This is also included with the car and the trophy. We're going to do a little undercarriage before we go to the undercarriage that's on the lift, but we always like to give you a ground feel of the car. Obviously you see the dropped axle, so on and so forth, but I'm just going to do a little walk around. I'll point out more of the details when I go to spudsgarage.com. And when we get up on the lift, a lot of handmade stuff. Dick Magoo puts together a real fine car. This is a Magoo built street rod. 4-bar front suspension, dropped axle. Those are the Art Chrisman headers. Custom exhaust. This is an all Henry steel car. So it's beautiful chassis, and again, hang on for a few. We'll cover a lot of details of these chassis. The detail that Magoo puts into these cars when he built them was just absolutely amazing. Jaguar rear suspension there. Thank you very much. We always get that going on. It's always nice, but it's hard to get them done sometimes. Interrupted. Anyway, hang on to the end of the video here. We're going to have more for you. Go to spudsgarage.com. As I promised, I'm going to cover the undercarriage here for you on the car. Like I said, I can go around and cover every little nut and bolt on any car. But our idea is to just give you a really good feel of these cars. And this is a very special car built by one of the finest street rodders in history. And then it was backed up by another legendary hot rodder that put the powertrain in it. We're going to go underneath here and we're going to give you a good feel about it. These cars are pretty time warp. This car was built by the owner in 1993. Again, I covered all that stuff in the video. I'll kind of back off a little bit. It's got Wilwood disc brakes in the front and the rear. It's got four-wheel disc brakes. You'll see braided lines there. The engine and the powertrain, this car has not been driven a lot since the powertrain's been done, but it is drivable. I drove it to do the photo shoot. You saw that. 4-bar suspension, dropped axle, custom adapter on the bell housing here for the Tremec 5-speed. There's the alternator right here. It has a hydraulic clutch in it, which is a really nice thing. And again, Art Chrisman did all the update on this and all the fabrication. I mean, you're looking at almost a 6-figure install of this powertrain. There's the hydraulic master cylinder. There's the power brake booster right there with a dual reservoir master cylinder. Again, 4-wheel disc brakes. Disc brakes are inboard on the Jag differential. It has a Jaguar rear differential. Here's a Meloden electronic fuel pump for the Hilborn 4-port injection. Filters and regulators. Alden coilovers in the rear. The floor pans on this car, I'm going to stop for just a minute. Look at the floor pans on this car. This car was done how many years ago? But this is a real Vicky steel. This whole car is Vicky steel, or 32 Ford steel. You just don't see a lot of Victorias that are genuine stuff. Nice car, Flowmaster mufflers. It's a heat-coated exhaust system or ceramic-coated, whatever you want to call it. Jaguar rear suspension, just said that once, I'll say it again. These are Jenny fenders on this car. They're all steel. When Magoo built these cars, he knows what he's doing. The suspension is working right. As far as we know, the differential was beefed up to handle the Hemi in it, but there's no issues with that at all. Look at the exhaust, that's cool. You heard this car running, absolutely way too much fun. I know it's been a long video. We appreciate you coming to Spud's Garage, but if you've been looking for an iconic, historic hot rod that just happens to be a 32 Ford Victoria, this would be the ticket. Thanks for coming.